Right, so this fucking sucks. Bit of a side quest really here. I came up to the unit today, supposed to be working on my own stuff, but instead the lovely little car that I sourced for my sister got rear-ended, and anyway, got written off. So I've got the car delivered up to the unit where it's best to be. I've got all my tools and stuff I can crack on. But today we're going to inspect the damage, and I'm not sure if it's going to be too bad or too good, but we'll see. So here's the first look at the damage so far. So another Volkswagen Polo of a similar sort went into the back of her. You can see it's cracked the paint here. Sorry, I'll change the camera quickly. It's cracked the paint here on the back of the bumper, popped the trim out, smashed the number plate. But where the damage is most noticeable is actually lower down. So that lower valance is completely trashed. And the only other real damage I found in the car is there. It has creased the spare wheel floor pan. So it's going to be a case of seeing if it can be bashed out and just inspecting the damage on the rear bumper and behind the rear bumper. So we'll have a look. Today I'm going to rip the bumper off. Obviously it needs a new bumper, but I do need to sort that damage out behind the rear bumper. That is our main concern. So we'll go from here. All right, fingers fucking crossed. This is the first time I'm seeing it and the first time I'm videoing it as well. So let's get these rear number plate lights out. At first glance, it doesn't look too bad, to be quite honest. The crash bar, believe it or not, is almost as straight as an arrow. There's actually no damage on the crash bar at all. It's a bit weird, but it's lower down that the other car's obviously gone into it. You can see it more so now I've got the two vents out and how bent they are. It's this whole lower rear panel. This lower rear panel here, as you can see, it's kind of just sort of leant back, whereas on the driver's side, you can see here it's a bit more upright. It just needs a bit of a nurturing, bit of pushing back. We've got that crease inside here, so you can kind of see it inside here, how it's sort of bowed back. It's sort of pushed into the spare wheel, but there's a crease there that needs to come out. After a little bit of bashing with a sledgehammer, you can already see the vent holes are a little straightened out. If you can tell, this whole back panel is pretty straight. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. Only thing really left to tackle is that crease, which I reckon it'll be all right. I reckon we got this. I'm going to give it some heat just to make it sort of a bit more malleable, and then give it a few taps with a bit of wood and a hammer. We'll see how it goes, but fingers crossed that's all it needs.
A few moments later.
Now, much to my amazement, I didn't even know this was possible. I got that crease pretty much completely out. Have a look at this. Almost like it never happened. Yes, you can see some little dings and dents where I've had to bash it out, but oh my God. I basically got a plank of wood in the corner here, heated up the crease nicely, and then bashed it this way. I also took the rear silencer off and got to the back of the panel, just behind this rear panel here, and I bashed it forwards, and you wouldn't even know. Like, this is no longer a write-off. So all of the bent and damaged things, as you can see there, that lower panel is 90 degrees up in the air where it should be. That whole rear panel has straightened itself out. At the moment, you can see I've taped up the holes, but it's all straight and true. Now, all that was left for me to do was replace the old bumper. As you can see, it's pretty annihilated. Like, the rear end's all flexed in and it's all cracked the paint. So I've just driven 1.5 hours into Wales and 1.5 hours out of Wales. Just got back to the unit, dropping off the new bumper. And here it is. Honestly, what a find. Facebook Marketplace, scrap car, going for bit. This one's color-coded, sorry, and that one's textured. But I'm going to swap them over, and then I'm going to keep hold of the color-coded one. I don't know, might come in use in one day. I could have asked the bloke for the front color-coded one, but I was like, what's the point? It's got the black side strips as well, and they look like a pain to take off. They're probably stuck on with 3M, so ain't bothering with that. So it's going back to stock, back to standard, back to exactly how it was, with the black bump strip and the red bumper. Completely immaculate bumper. Only thing to really check is, does the red match? Fuck it, I'm just going to throw it on with one arm. I'm just going to gently, I say gently, ease it on. Just sort of prop it up. Okay. Bearing in mind the car is absolutely filthy. I mean, to be fair, the bumper is too, but I just lightly put the boot down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Red bumper. Pretty much repaired. I am relieved, so relieved that, you know, sometimes it just works out. I was so nervous to try and bash that crease out. I didn't think I would ever get it out in a million years. And what the hell, I did. I gave it a go, used a hammer and dolly, used a sledgehammer. Yeah, I was nervous, and yeah, I was sweating for about an hour doing it. But it's done. All that's left to do is probably tidy it up where I've bashed it around, knock some of the paint off. So I'm going to scuff that up, paint there, give it a dusting of red on the inside of the boot, and then give it a dusting of underseal under the back. And it's fully repaired, literally fully repaired. Amazing. Super stoked. Sister's going to be well happy.